All right, hello and welcome. My name is Shauna. This is our intermediate level Fit Essentials class. If you're wearing the blood flow bands, we just added air, so you can go ahead and do that now. And we're going to be starting down on the floor today. Some midline work with some dead bugs and some planks with some variation options. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and make our way on down. We're going to come onto our back to begin. Go ahead and roll on back. Set your shoulders in a good position. So I always roll my body to the side, draw the shoulder blade under, and then I roll to the other side, draw that other shoulder blade under. And we're just going to start with a nice gentle double kneaded chest, rocking your body side to side. Dead bug is going to be our first exercise today. Going to get some good activation for the midline. So that will be coming up next. I forgot to mute you all. I'm going to go ahead and put you on mute. Because Sharon's about to play her music. So we're going to put everybody on mute. There we go. All right. So as we get ready for the dead bug, really key to pay attention to what's happening at your low back. So you want to try to think about drawing your belly button in towards your spine so that you push your low back flat the whole time. From here, hands and feet come straight up in the air. Just imagine you're on your back, you're a poor little dead bug. And now we're going to be moving opposite limbs. So as your right arm reaches up to overhead, you'll start to extend the left leg, holding that midline neutral, and then breathe out as you draw back to the start. Breathing in. Now you're going to go the opposite arm, opposite leg, extending up and back and drawing it together. So I like to breathe in as I reach out, breathe out as I draw back to the start of the dead bug. Once you know the movement, head nice and neutral. I prefer to let the head rest back here, not have a strain through the neck. See if you can breathe in through the nose, gently out through the mouth. About another 20 seconds here. If you start to feel like your low back is arching, go a smaller range of motion. So maybe just move your hands and the leg part way, keeping the knee bent. You can extend it all the way. That's excellent. Last one. And rest. Good job. From here, we're going to roll it over, making our way onto a plank position next. It's going to be forearms down. So place the forearms just underneath the shoulders. And then when you're ready, you'll come on up, holding that plank. We're going to hold for a minute here. If it's a challenge for you to hold for a minute, then just focus on the regular plank. If you're someone that knows you have a full 90 seconds or 2 minutes or more from a regular plank, then you can turn it into the march position here, where I'm lifting one hand up. I'm imagining I have a partner in front of me and I'm giving them a high five from that plank position. So again, I'm holding my lower body nice and neutral, squeezing the glutes, drawing those thighs away from the knees. And then the upper body is marching, trying to have as little motion as possible as you extend that arm straight out. Good. Head and neck nice and neutral. No arching of that lower spine. Good. 10 seconds left and we'll be at our minute. Push and hold, squeeze that lower body. And 2, 1, and rest. Go ahead and lie on your stomach. We're going to do a couple press-ups next. You're going to place one hand, palm down underneath the shoulder, engage the glutes, and just a gentle little press-up or lift-up, ensuring that you don't just kind of smash into your low back, but think about lengthening that lower spine. Squeeze the glutes, drawing the shoulder blades back and down, eyes up and forward. Anywhere between 3 and 5 of these. And then we're going to return to our back for one more round for our dead bug and our plank march. Good. Last time, press it up, lift the head and neck. Awesome. And then feel free if you want to drop back in a child stretch for a moment. Hips back towards the heels. And then when you're ready, we'll start to make our way onto the back. Excuse me, Moose. 15 seconds till we begin round 2. Back to the dead bug. So hugging those legs in, resting the head back, arms and legs extended up. And then whenever you're ready, remember going left leg with the right arm, breathing in as you extend, Breathing out as you draw back together. Feel that midline engage. Low back drawn in, feeling that downward pressure. If I were there in person with you, one way I often check in with clients in person is I just slide my hand underneath that low back and you're focused to pull the belly in, keep that pressure. And oftentimes we'll feel like we need to hold our breath to hold that pressure. So you want to find where you can engage the midline and still breathe through it. Very good. 15 seconds left. Quality movements over quantity of reps. Well done. Last one, reach, draw it in, and shake it out. Fantastic. One more time, rolling it back over, getting ready for round 2 of the plank with the option of the march. So it's going to be palms down, working off your forearms. And 2, 1, when you're ready, minute starts now. Hips and shoulders nice and level. Chin in, looking down between the hands. And the option of that march, reaching the hands straight out. Got a full minute here, so really engage that lower body. Be cautious that the hips don't start to sink on down. That's our halfway point. Breathe as you hold now. Good. 45-second mark, 15 seconds left. Good warm up for that midline, helping that spine to be nice and strong for our more advanced movements coming up here shortly. And 2, 1, everybody rest. Let's come to hands and knees. Child stretch, toes together, knees divide, palms down, and go ahead and sink on back. Now real deep breaths here. Sending that airflow into the lateral part of your rib cage. On the exhale, see if your heart wants to come just a little closer to the floor. One more breath. Very good. Coming up onto your tabletop, hands and knees. Let's do a few cat-cows next. Hands just underneath those shoulders. Breathing in, we're going to round the spine, tuck that chin in towards the chest. And breathing out, drawing the shoulders down out of the ears, lifting the head up and forward. Very good. Match it up to your own breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. One or two more. Fantastic. When you're ready, turn the toes under. Let's take it up into down dog. Hips nice and high. Pulse that heart between the thighs. Lengthening through the hips. And let's get a nice little heel paddle, stretching out those calves. Got some option for some jumping coming up in our next circuit. Fantastic. And then we'll slowly inchworm the feet in, hands towards the feet, feet towards the hands. Tuck that chin in. And then we're going to come out of this forward fold, just nice and slow, pushing down through the legs. Make your way up to standing. Fantastic. Go ahead and grab a drink. Gonna warm up for some squatting next. Right. So as you're getting a drink of water, you can start to just swivel through the hips. I'll take it the other way. Awesome. All right, and let's stretch out those quads. So look, working that balance. Go ahead and grab one foot, pulling the heel towards the glute, drawing that shoulder back at the same time. Our main movements in this next piece is going to be a squat. If you don't plan to do the recorded session either this week or in the next couple of days, then you can turn it into a thruster. I'll be demoing a thruster today. If you do plan to do that recorded session, we have some overhead work in that planned session. So I would recommend just keeping with a traditional squat. If you haven't switched legs, go ahead and do so. Not to mention that. And then our second exercise is going to be a push-up. So I've got my chair here. I'm going to be working an elevated push-up. And when you're ready, go ahead and shake out that leg. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and warm up a few squats before we add any kind of weight. So feet at 11 and 1 on the mat, about hip width apart. Reach the arms up and forward, send the knees wide as you lower those hips on down. And then driving through the legs, squeeze the glutes, standing all the way up. Excellent. Sinking down, standing tall. Nice range, crew. Breathing in on the down, breathing out on the up. Let's go one more time. Sinking down and stand. Good. We'll add one more stretch and then we'll get ready for our next circuit. Behind the back stretch. Walk the feet wide, ribs down as you interlace the hands. Extend through those elbows, lift the head and neck. And then when you're ready, you're going to push your knees wide, push your hips back, bowing forward as you draw those arms up to overhead. And now 2 to 3 breaths here. Fantastic. Drive through those legs and making your way back up. Beautiful. All right, friends, we're going to get started here in about 20 seconds. Either weighted on the squat or unweighted. As mentioned, I'm going to be doing that overhead reach. Call it a thruster. We're going to be working for 30 seconds at each station. About 10 to 15 seconds as we transition. So get ready for that squatting position. Eyes up and forward. And here we go. So without the overhead reach, I just keep my hands stationary, holding a little bit of weight. Those of you choosing for that thruster, reaching straight up as you stand tall out of the squat. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. It's our first of 3 sets. 10 seconds left. Fantastic. And 2, 1, get ready to transition. Headed to our push-up station next. So whether you choose to have your arms elevated or taking it down to the ground, place the hands underneath the shoulders, nice wide handprint, and 2, 1, here we go. You can also hold the top of the push-up for that plank position. Watch those elbows. Elbows draw in towards the sides. Make sure we don't wing them out wide. And then the same thing we focus for the plank. We don't want those hips to sink down and in. Keep yourself nice and rigid, nice and strong in that lower body. Good. Breathe in on the down, out on the up. And 3, 2, 1, coming back up to your feet. Now we're going to get ready for some blood flow. As soon as you come to standing, little march and punch, knees nice and high, arms driving across the body. Good. Taking a break off the hands, and next we're going to come back down. I'm going to go down to the floor this time. It's going to be a mountain climber next. So without the push-up, holding the top of the plank, getting ready for that transition. So wide handprint, top of the plank, and now having as little movement through the hips. Drawing that knee towards the same side elbow. Exhale on that upward knee drive. Arms strong and extended, belly drawn in, 10 seconds left. Good. Two, 1, and we're coming back to your feet. You're welcome to take a rest break here. You want to keep your heart rate up, either a step or a jump jack. Nice full circles through the hands. Index fingers tap together. And I'm going to turn it into a jump jack. Nice and light on the feet. Very good. 2, 1. And there's the end of set 1. Nice job. We'll take 30 seconds and they'll be resetting. We'll be back for the squats or the thruster of round 2. Nice job. All right, you're going to use some weights. Go ahead and find the weight you'd like to use. Feet about hip width apart. Get ready for round 2. 3, 2, 1, begin. Control into that squat. Once you know your range of motion, you're feeling warm, you can push that tempo a little bit. Pulling yourself down, driving out. Make sure you breathe. Halfway through. Good, chest stays tall, eyes looking straight ahead. Solid. 2, 1, transition to your push-up. Spread out those fingers. Give that good base of support. And when you get there, here we go. Very nice. Good range of motion, crew. Get that chest all the way down. Squeeze the glutes as you're pushing away. 10 seconds left. You get to where you don't know if you have another one, stay tall at the top of that plank. 3, 2, 1, and up for our march. Good job. As soon as you get there, go ahead and start. Knees nice and high. Get out a little hop to it. If you go at a higher heart rate, I'm trying to catch my breath a little bit myself. We got 10 seconds until we start our mountain climbers. Nice. On rounds 2 and 3, we're going to go knee to the opposite elbow. So here we go, coming on down, back to the top of that plank. And then when you're ready, you're going to draw the right knee towards the left elbow, left knee towards the right elbow. Still looking to time it with your exhalation. Strong through that mid body. Good. Upper body nice and solid, pushing tall. Meaning no bend in those elbows. Good, almost there. 3, 2, 1, and back to the feet. All right, either full rest or we're into our step jacks. Option of the jump jack. Nice job. Into round 2. 20 seconds, and then we'll have a 30-second break. There you go. Try to smile as you move. You can clap the hands. Awesome. And there's our rest. Good job. 30 seconds. We into our final set. Great work. Final round of squats. We're going to be letting our air out probably, we might make it through the whole one. Nah, probably halfway through. So 5 seconds till we go. Set the feet, weights if you're using them, and when you're ready, last 30 seconds of squats for the day. There you go. Eyes up, Sharon. Chest tall in that bottom. Looking strong, Kathy. 10 seconds left. Good quality movements. Driving through the feet. Last rep. And transition to the push-up. Good work. Hands beneath the shoulders, step the feet back. When you're ready, you can begin. Want to see the hips sink down. Want to have our body like nice, strong plank position. Think of that push-up as our moving plank. 10 seconds to go. Breathe out as you drive out. Maybe one more time. And rest. Excellent. Back to our marching punch. Get ready for our final set of mountain climbers. Good. After our mountain climbers, we're gonna let out the air. Anyone wearing the bands? All right, getting ready to come back down, top of the push-up. And remember, we're going knee to the opposite elbow. Here we go. If you have any discomfort in the lower back with the diagonal position, then simply come back to the same side of the body. It requires a little bit less stability through the spine and hips. Strong, folks. 10 seconds left now. Keep breathing. 2, 1, and there's our time. You're wearing the bands, let the air out. And we're gonna have a full minute of some blood flow work to finish out this circuit before our stretch break. So starting with the stepper jump jacks. Good. You're gonna turn up that volume a little bit. Nice little hop. Oh, it's 20 seconds. We're gonna give another 10 seconds here. And then either a march in place, or if you want to keep that heart rate higher, running high knee. Driving the arms to the side, chest tall, eyes forward. 20 seconds to finish this circuit. Good. Smile and breathe. Stretch breaks coming. Here you go, stay with it. 2, 1, and solid job. All right, I'm gonna take the bands all the way off. Let's take a drink, and then we're gonna come down to a lunge position. If you wanna have any extra cushion for your knee, we're gonna be opening up our hip flexors down from a lunge. Sometimes it works well. You can even take your yoga mat and just simply fold the back part over. That gives you a little extra padding. Let's start with your left knee down and right foot forward. Fantastic. All righty. Eyes up and forward. So we're always focused on that little shift of the hips. Hips back, hips forward, interlace those hands, reach up to overhead, and now really try to flex the glute on that left side. From here, take your right hand, grab your wrist on the left, and now long side bend, leaning towards the right side. Still trying to flex that left glute, invite the front of the hip and all the way up into the side body to open. Good. Release the arms down, let the hip rock back. Now we're going to take it to our instep stretch. Right elbow on the inside of the right knee and just gently slide on down, supporting on the inside of that ankle. Bow the head down and now try to send your air into the outer part of your right hip. Nice deep breath into the nose, out through the mouth, about 3 breaths here. Very good. On your next inhale, slide back up. We're going to stay on this side and add the tricep stretch. So as you breathe in, bring your left arm up, bending that elbow, ribs down. We tend to start to flare back here. Grab that elbow. Still going to get that nice shift of the hips forward. And now back to that side bend with the chin in and lengthening out. Wonderful. If you want, you can just ever so gently rotate the head and neck, looking up past your left elbow. And go ahead and release. Excellent. Coming on up, same thing, other side. Drive to that right foot, and let's switch it out. Right foot back, bringing that knee down. Keeping the left shin nice and vertical. Starting with the hands interlaced, breathe in, lift up. Shifting the hips, now we're focused on squeezing the right glute. Good, left hand's gonna grab the right wrist, long side bend, leaning your torso towards the left. Few breaths here. Release the hands. Now we're going to go into that instep stretch. Left elbow on the inside of the left knee. Slide down the shin, tuck the chin in. About 3 deep breaths, trying to send your air out in towards that outer hip. Trying to oxygenate your body. On your next inhale, sliding back up. And now we're going to add the tricep stretch through the right side. So breathing in, right arm comes up. Make sure we don't start to sway back. So tuck the rib cage down in the front. Try to imagine trying to scratch your back with that right hand as you reach around with the left. Hips forward, and then a long side bend towards the left. Keep flexing that right glute. If you want to tilt the head a bit more, looking up past your right elbow. And when you're ready, release and come on out of there. Fantastic. All right, let's make your way back up to standing. We're going to get ready. We've got 3 exercises to work with next. So first, let's warm up our hinging position. Crossing the arms over the shoulders, little bend in the knees, drawing your stomach in, warming up a good morning. Long spine, standing tall. The deadlift will be our first exercise. If anyone doesn't want to work with weights today, you're always welcome to practice the upper part of this hinge, where instead of the eyes looking up and forward as you bow down, I look down towards the floor. And as I stand tall, then I look all the way up and forward. Fantastic. All right. Second exercise, you can either go an overhead tricep extension, or I'm going to be demoing the dip off the chair here. So we either have a dip or tricep work. And then we're going to be working our brain and our body. We're going to be doing some cross crawl exercises as the third part. All right, so we're going to start here about 20 seconds. So go ahead and bring your weight over, or your weights. I'm going to start with one. Actually, I'm going to use one the whole time, right between the legs. You can also have one weight in each hand on the outer part of the legs. Midline position is really key here, especially if you tend to overarch your low back. Tuck the hips in, nice and neutral through that lower spine. And then when you're ready, knees push wide, chin in, and here we go. Breathing in on the down, breathing out on the up. Good. As you stand tall, imagine you're trying to lengthen, like someone's lifting the crown of your head straight up towards the heavens. A little slower on the down than the up. Reinforce that good, strong movement pattern and keeping your upper body right close, holding those weights right between the legs or right beside the legs. Excellent. 1 or 2 more. And 2, 1. Set it down just like you've been practicing. And then we'll get ready to switch it up, either that overhead extension or the dip. Okay. Drawing those shoulders back if you're doing the dip, tucking the ribs down and in if you're doing that overhead extension. And 3, 2, 1, sinking down, driving up. So anyone with the dip, I'm going to add that hip lift. So I'm going to bridge the hips, engage a little bit more the back of the body, and then think about a downward shrug. So as you push up, keeping those shoulders down and out of the ears. Good. Once you know the motion, head and eyes nice and neutral. Solid work. 1 or 2 more. And take the rest. Nice work. Set your weights down. Make sure you have some good space to work with. Drawing the stomach up and in, arms come out wide. And then we're doing our alternating knee to elbow. So some balance work. At the same time that we're working the brain. If you can make contact with the elbow to the knee, that's great. But try to do it with the chest staying upright. So I don't really want you to crunch down and forward, but focus more on that knee comes nice and high. Good. A way to make this harder is actually to go slower, trying to hold that position for a moment. Knee towards the elbow, really focuses on that balance. Awesome. And 3, 2, 1, and take your rest. So we're gonna take 30 seconds, and we'll be back for our second round. Feel free to just kind of flow here, a little rock of the hips side to side. Now this is a great time if you have uneven weights. I'll go ahead and do uneven weights for these last 2 rounds. I'm gonna hold the heavier weight in the left hand, the lighter weight in the right, and then I'll switch that up on the last round. Draw that stomach in, long spine, and begin. So bowing down, standing tall. All those warm-up pieces we did, that dead bug motion, where you draw the stomach in, but breathing as you move. All of that is to prep our body for when we do the motions with some weights, that our spine has that stability from the core activation. Good, maybe one more time, and set it down well. Good job. I'm going to show the overhead extension next. If you're choosing the dip, feel free to stick with that. I'm going to show it for my knees just so you can have my upper body in the screen. So ribs down, arms are going to come up to overhead, no sway back, squeeze the tush as well. And now when you're ready, we're going to bend and extend. Head should be neutral, eyes up. Great exercise just to flex that lower body, squeeze the tush, engage the thighs. And obviously you're working that upper body. Nice work, 10 seconds left. Strong triceps, 3, 2, 1, and take that pause. Good job. We did the standing knee to elbow last time. Now we're gonna work behind the body. So still working that balance, you're gonna lift up, trying to grab the heel of that opposite foot. So again, you can just tap and switch, moving a little bit faster, or a little bit more challenge would be to just pause, try to grab that heel, and then release. Nice. Breathing through it. Try to hold your hips nice and level. Sometimes the hips will tend to kick out. Solid, 10 seconds left. And when you're ready, take the pause. We'll have 30 seconds and then we'll be into our third and final set. If you are with me on the uneven weights, it's going to be heavier weight in the right arm, lighter weight in the left. All right, 10 seconds till we begin. Standing tall, draw the midline in, nice and neutral through the spine. Coming down in that starting position. And here we go. Squeezing those shoulders back. Sometimes they tend to draw forward as you lean forward. So you want to engage those muscles in the mid-back. Excellent. And strong, crew. As you stand tall, just stack the shoulders over the hips. No need to overarch. And 3, 2, 1, rest it on down. Third and final time. I'm going to finish out with the dip, or you can stick with that overhead tricep extension. Wherever you choose. When you get there, here we go. On the dip, that downward shrug, not letting the shoulders drop into the ears. Nice and engaged throughout. Option to add that little bridge of the hips, breathing in on the down, out on the up. Woo. Good, smile for the burn. Less than 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and come on up and out. Just the cross crawl work next. And we're going to do a combination of those first 2 movements. So we'll start with the
Arms out to the side, standing tall, working the front of the body. We'll go 20 seconds from here, and then we'll switch it up with that behind the back. So again, you can either keep the heart rate a little higher, moving faster, or you can choose to challenge the balance with that pause in the top. Woo! Very good. If you're ready to switch it up, now we're going to go 20 seconds, a little bit more behind the back. Good. And again, I can either move fast, I can give that extra challenge or that slow-mo. Really feel those hamstrings fire. Maybe one more on each side. And all done there. Nice work, friends. Give yourself a round of applause. Good, and clear our space. We'll get ready for our cool down stretch. I'm going to start by using the chair. You can also use a countertop, any kind of railing, a wall, or the back of the couch. I'm going to draw the stomach in. I'm going to push my hands down into the back of my chair, walking the feet back, and now I'm just going to simply lower my heart between the arms, or head between the arms, inviting that heart closer to the floor. Nice big breaths here. On the breath in, if you want to come out of the stretch just a little bit, and then on that breath out, see if your body wants to sink a little bit deeper. You're welcome to close those eyes and really feel your body stretch out here. One more time. Awesome. Coming on up from there, but kind of keep your surface. We're going to stretch the calf next. So let's take your right leg, long step back, go and lower that heel towards the ground. And as much as you can, push through your upper body and breathing here. If you're able to hold that heel all the way against the ground, you can go a little bit deeper into the calf, switch up which muscles you're stretching by ever so slightly lowering your knee of that trail leg down and then extending it back out. So it only moves down, I don't know, 3 to 4 inches. And then I extend it back up. Good. Still pushing through the arms. Very good. Let's switch it up. Coming up to standing. Now, same thing on the second side. Long step back. Lower that heel down and then push through the arms. Stay here at first, breathing. Let that main muscle of the calf lengthen. And then if you want to go deeper, switch up those muscles, bending that knee down ever so gently, and then extend it back out. Good. 3 to 5 times total. And last one. Fantastic. Stepping it in. Clear your space. And we're going to make our way. We're going to be doing our down dog into our pigeon. And then our seated twist here as our main finishing piece. So when you're ready, crawling on down to the floor, we're going to start in our down dog position. Hands underneath the shoulders. Spread out those hands nice and wide. And then we're going to come on up into down dog. A little bit more opening for that mid back. And then we're going to start with the left leg. We're going to go 3 hip extension on this left leg. So what that means is we're going to take the left leg, extend it straight up towards the sky. Good. We're going to draw the left knee towards the left elbow and then extend it back again, really pushing through the arms as you extend. Beautiful. One more time. Knee draws in and then hip extends back. Awesome. As it comes forward this next time, now you're going to move into pigeon. Square the shin to your shoulders, lowering on down. If this is an uncomfortable position for you, you can use a block, a pillow, anything to help kind of support the hands in the front. And breathing here. Make sure you don't just drop into that left hip, so keep some engagement as you breathe. I also don't want you to be so deep into the stretch that it feels painful. If you want to come up on extended arms, you can place the hands down, extend that upper body. Nice. And then when you're ready, we're going to sit down onto your left hip. And now your right leg is going to swing around, coming into that seated twist. Really sit tall here. Start by simply hugging that leg in. And then there's multiple versions of the seated twist. So if there's one that you prefer, feels best for your body, go for it. I'm going to take my right hand, reaching it behind my body. And now I'm going to work my left elbow onto the right thigh as I turn and look over that right shoulder. Try to draw that right shoulder down out of the right ear. Let's go 3 more breaths. Lengthen through that spine. Nice and long on that inhale. When you're ready, gradually unwind. And then we're going to make our way around. And then we'll be doing the same thing with the hip extension out of the down dog, this time with the right leg up. All right, so get that good foundation for the wrist with the hands spread out wide. When you're ready, coming back up into down dog if you're not there already. Give a little bit more attention for those calves. You did a decent amount of jumping today. And then we're going to get some movement through that right hip. So 3 times on that hip extension. Start by pointing the toe, extend that leg high to the sky. Breathing in, draw that right knee towards the right elbow. Breathing out, push through the legs, lengthen. Breathing in, drawing it in. Breathing out, drive it back. And as it comes forward this next time, now we'll make our way into pigeon. Square the shin to the shoulders. Using that pillow or block as needed. Fantastic. And we're not just dropping that hip. So often we associate, weight training and high intensity exercise with injuries, but I have definitely met my fair share of folks that have hurt themselves by overstretching or pushing themselves in yoga classes. So we always want to use that intuition. If you want to come up on those hands, if you're not already, take about another 10 seconds here, and we'll finish with that seated twist. Very good. When you're ready, sit onto your right hip and our left leg comes around. Nice work. Hugging everything in, shoulders back and down. Kind of starts out as more of a glute stretch, just inviting that left glute to kind of stretch on out. And then your version of the twist, I'm going to take my left hand, walk up behind me, working my right elbow onto my left thigh. Rotate through the head and neck as well, drawing that left shoulder down out of the left ear, and then taking the head and neck, trying to look with your eyes over that left shoulder. See if you can breathe in and out your nose now, lengthening on the inhale, a gentle twist on that exhale. And only when you're ready, start to unwind your body. And then we're just going to finish in a seated position, your choice. Just kind of cross my legs over. Make sure we're right up on those sit bones. Fantastic. And we're just going to do 3 finishing breaths together. Go ahead and invite you to bring your palms together in front of your heart. As you breathe in, raise the arms up. Breathing in some love. On that exhale, relax the arms down. Good. Feel free to close your eyes, really feel into your body, feel into some positive emotions, maybe breathe in some joy. A gentle smile. Relax the arms down. Awesome. And then on our last one, some peace. Feel it in your body first, and then spread it out, share it with the world. All we can do is hold our own little space of inner peace. And then just invite all of the other beings of the world. Try to find their own inner peace. All right, friends. Thanks for moving with me today. Stay hydrated. And I look forward to moving with you next time.